cordless power tools a scam? I wouldn't even have considered this a question until a couple of nights ago when I went to one of the hardware stores and I saw DeWalt's main tool display, the power tool display, and it was all battery operated cordless tools, every single one of them, probably 30 different tools, and they were all battery operated tools. And that got me to thinking there is something up with the power tool industry, the way that they're pushing battery operated tools on everyone. And that's what this video is about. It's addressing, are cordless power tools a scam? If you're new to this channel, I'm Jeremiah. I've been around workshops for over 30 years, from woodworking to aerospace, and I'll be your guide to the workshop jungle. So let's get to it. So when I got home from the hardware store after seeing all those tools, battery operated tools front and center, I did a little bit of research. And I came across this article from LinkedIn. And it states the North American cordless power tool market size was valued at $4.5 billion in 2024. And is projected to reach $8.6 billion in 2033. And that tells me that there is a lot of marketing pressure going into this market, the cordless tool market. And it's being directed precisely at the consumer. And so I'm going to approach this question, whether it's a scam or not, in three different ways. The first way is I'm going to say it is a scam. And it is a scam because you are buying into an ecosystem, whether it be the yellow ecosystem, the red ecosystem, or the blue ecosystem. You're buying into that battery. And you will always buy that battery. Those batteries are not going to last. I've never had a cordless tool where the battery lasted more than 10 years or so. They have always gone bad. And you know, I purchased the original, one of the original DeWalt cordless drills back in the 90s. So I've had them for a long time and they always go bad. So you are buying into that battery and you're going to pay a premium for the tool, for the battery, for the extra battery, and you're also going to, and that premium is as much as I've seen, maybe 50% more than a regular plug-in corded. So that's extra money up front. And you're going to have to buy that battery when it goes bad, or you're going to rebuy the tool and the battery, which I've done many a time, because that battery aftermarket just by itself is anywhere right now from $70 to $100 for one battery, over $100 for the one battery. And so you're almost paying a subscription to use your tool every so often, 4, 5, 6 years. You're going to be paying that money for that battery to keep your power tool running. When that doesn't happen with a corded tool you're going to use until something major breaks, a motor or whatever. You know, if you cut through the cord, you can replace the cord easy. So you're locked into that platform. You're also buying into a system that has two more failure points, a battery and a charger. So not only, like I said, that the motor can go bad, you can go bad with the battery and you can go bad with the charger. So you've almost got two more failure points that you're going to deal with when you buy that tool. And when you gather a collection of tools to start a shop, you're looking at quite an investment to pull together all these tools. And you don't want to have to pay a premium and then maybe if they don't sell the battery later on, have to rebuy the whole tool. There's another way it's a scam, and it's what I saw in the store. What I saw in the store, they're being marketed up front. They're up front and center. So when you've got a beginner coming in and needing to buy a tool, that's what they see. Those corded tools, the ones you plug in, they were around the back. You had to look for them. So you got all these battery operated cordless tools up front and center. And you've got ones that are good, like the drills. I have no problems with cordless battery operated drills. They're handy, I suggest them. But you also have battery operated router, which may be under specific use, maybe, that it works, but I'm not sure. And what I think is probably a very big waste for a beginner is a battery operated sander. When you're sanding for a long time, and you're going to go through batteries while sanding. So 99% of the time, I would suggest a corded plug-in sander, not a battery operated sander. But these things are up front and being sold to the beginner, to the intermediate, and to the professional. The professional can look behind things because they know and find the corded ones, but the beginner and the intermediate, they're buying into these systems. And once you're in that system, you're going to want to stay with that battery, which means that you're going to buy a tool that's yellow or red or whatever to match that battery system. And that means that you may not get the best tool. I like to pick and choose my tools. If Bosch makes a better sander than Milwaukee, I want to buy the Bosch and not the Milwaukee. And I can if it's a corded plug-in model, and I can't if it's a cordless. The second way we'll approach it is, no, it's not a scam. And in this, cordless power tools are great. And I used to be a contractor, and to roll up onto a job site and to just be able to use tools without rolling out numerous extension cords and quad plug-in boxes and all that kind of stuff is probably fantastic. When I was contracting, we didn't have that many cordless tools. We had drill drivers, we had some skill saws, stuff like that, and some various other things, but not like they do now. So the ability for the professional, the contractor, working in remote sites or sites without power is probably fantastic. I mean, the ease of use of them far outweighs the premium you're going to pay for the tool itself or for the battery, or even being locked into the ecosystem, which, if you're a contractor, you want the least amount of batteries possible. So you're going to lock into your Milwaukee or your DeWalt or whatever, and be pretty loyal to it. And, any of those are pretty good, power tool companies, and they make good products. So it's not a scam if you really, really need it. And there are some tools that are just fantastic with the battery version, the cordless version. And that's a drill or impact drivers, which I love. Those I recommend to people buy, first off, in their first tool kits, buy a cordless drill and a cordless impact driver. It just makes assembly so much easier. And there's also a new one that I love, the battery operated version, and that is nail guns. The battery operated nail guns, I use the Metabo framing nailer, and it is fantastic. I got a video going over mine, and I'll link it below. It is fantastic, and it's battery operated. It gets rid of the compressor. The battery tech is improving, so they're getting better. And I've noticed this myself. Batteries are lasting a lot longer. So you are, getting a little bit of a reprieve between buying tools or having to buy a replacement battery, just because the batteries are getting better. The third way to answer this question is it depends. And this is where I land. This is what I feel the most comfortable with. It's not a scam. It just depends on who you are and where you're working. If you're a professional and you make your living with your tools and you roll up on job sites, power is one of your first thoughts. Where do I pull power from? And is it enough? Because you can trip the breaker that you're at, or the house you're in. There's a whole lot of different things. And if you don't have power, you don't work. So for the contractor, makes a lot of sense, and the added extra premium probably makes up in the long run. And I would have liked it when I was contracting and I was working on job sites. It would have been wonderful. So for the professional, it makes a lot of sense. But for the beginner and the DIYer out there and the intermediate that just wants some tools for their shop or to work around the house, I don't think it makes much sense, other than the cordless drill or the possible cordless nail gun. I don't think it makes much sense beyond that. A cordless sander, a cordless router, you are going to end up spending a lot more in the long run, and that's money that can be spent going towards wood for a project or materials for a project or other specialty tools that you may need, whatever you may need. So the way it's marketed is, I think, is pulling money away from the beginner, because a lot of beginners go through, the Lowe's and the Home Depots out there, and they're seeing these tools up front, and they're thinking that that's what to buy. It's a battery, that's what I need to get. And that's not the case. I suggest corded for sanders, for routers, I also suggest, on top of a cordless drill, I suggest a corded drill, because those have generally been stronger, more abusable drills than the battery operated cordless version. So I always suggest that you get the corded versions, the plug and play versions first for those tools. And only if you really need the cordless version, the battery version, then do you buy the cordless version. Because you're trapping yourself, and you're eventually going to spend more money on those tools, and that's less that you can use in your projects. So I hope this video clears up some things for you. If you liked it, please like or subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.